You know who it is, and you know what time it is. Time to piss off some feminists, trad cucks, and whoever don't want to know the truth. Oh well, let's get started. What is going on, gents? It's R.P.M. here, reporting from Mobile Command. Gentlemen, I want to do a quick little rant today about a topic that I've always talked about and how there are viable solutions to said problem. However, whenever it comes to the lamestream media and normies, what do they want to do? They always want to play the moral high ground. Now, of course, the topic that I'm talking about is street level pay for play. Now, we've got areas that are notorious tracks. Dalbergia Street in San Diego, Figueroa Street, Aurora Avenue. Recently, they've been talking about Queens and the damn near open air brothels that are in operation. Now, when it comes to this topic, I've always said, hey, you're never going to eradicate the street level pay for play. However, sometimes containment is the best solution, i.e., fully legalize it. Now, when I say fully legalize it, I mean fully legalize it, put it in brothels in specific districts, in a specific area. But every time someone tries to say, hey, you know what, legalize it, here comes the moral authoritarians. Oh no, you shouldn't legalize it. Why? Because the one thing that they love to hide behind, human trafficking, which is the most ironic thing, because if you look at Queens, what are they saying? Oh, there's starting to be more Latina women out there, more Venezuelan women out there, more Colombian women out there on the blade. Now, talk about the ultimate irony. They say human trafficking, but yet they prove my point. Why? Because most of those women, they were victims of human trafficking. However, by saying legalize it, that way you could actually license women to be, pay for play professionals. Oh no, that's wrong too. And what's the other thing that they love to jump behind? If men didn't want it, then the problem wouldn't exist. Yeah, that is one of the ultimate cop-outs when it comes to the topic of street level pay for play. Well, let's just keep arresting men. That is absolutely stupid. Trying to arrest a man for simply wanting to use his hard-earned money to pay for a little bit of companionship is the equivalent of arresting a dog for being a dog. Men like sex. Most men have dropped out of the dating market completely. More and more men are literally abandoning dating. But what are these men supposed to do? You know what? The typical American response would be, if you don't want to compete for these women over here, then you deserve nothing. Okay? Have you looked at the quality of the women over here? Yeah. No. Which is ironic, because you have normie women who want to be what I like to call, quote unquote, halfway hookers all over social media. Like the one woman who just came out and said, you know what? Before you even try to date me, you have to send me $500. We all know that is nothing more than her attempt to get people to talk about her. clout, attention, say the most outlandish thing that you could possibly say to try to shock people into talking about you. That is the formula for the average modern woman. The normie woman, yeah. However, gentlemen, far too many people are actually talking about these women. But, I will say this. I'm glad more and more women are actually coming out and saying, yes, I just want the resources. There you go, gentlemen. There you go. See, far too many women are trying to halfway hook, especially in this current environment. Oh, I just want the resources. Man's got to make X amount of dollars. Every time a woman says a man has to make X amount of dollars, she's already named her entry fee. Yeah, I believe it was DDJ, who used to run with TFM, who said every woman is for sale. You just got to catch her on the right day. Gentlemen, I've said this before myself. All women have a price. Let me say that one more again. All women have a price. Some people would say, no, R.P.M, you're wrong on that one. Really? You're here, which meant your father met your mother's price. But yet and still, we have to thank social media for letting these women truly expose what they truly think about us as men. Gentlemen, do not be angry. You should be far beyond the point of being angry at the modern woman for being exactly who she is. They're showing you who they are. Gentlemen, don't be mad about it. Just say, you know what? Wow, that's a crazy ass woman. That's a crazy woman, period. By now, you should be thoroughly convinced that the overwhelming majority of American women are batshit crazy at this point. They're showing you. So, for me personally, I look at social media as my own personal reality show. I just find it hilarious. Now, one common comment that I'm starting to see under a lot of videos talking about street level pay for play is something that I actually talked about the Passport Brothers. Yeah, you're starting to see a lot of comments on the Passport Brothers on these street level pay for play videos saying, well, you know what? The Passport Brothers don't need to go overseas now. I said this. Okay, let's put this to the test. So many people, it's all about getting the JJ. That's their low-level thinking. That's the only thing that they can associate Passport Brothers with. Why? Because it is a major cope. Now, let's talk about Psych Hacks real quick. The guy who runs that channel, I have to give him his flowers. Why? Because he did what the overwhelming majority of the Plantation Brothers either can't do or won't do. He actually left the plantation. He actually went to Japan and spent over a month there. And guess what? It changed him. Why? He said it himself. He experienced true femininity. He experienced a society that doesn't openly hate its men. Now, let's be clear. Japan does have its flaws. I'm not going to sit here and say, it's all good. No, Japan does have major flaws. I will admit it. However, the level of blatant and open misandry is something that is not widely practiced. See, Japan likes to keep things under wrap, even to this very day. Yes, there are problems, but they do what they can to keep it under wraps. Unlike over here in America. Oh, no, 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 no. What the ultimate conclusion that he came to was culture. Yeah. Despite all of Japan's flaws, it still has a very rich culture in which you actually can find a wife. You can find good women over in Japan. Unfortunately, the woman that I married, the meat sack, she became Americanized. But it is what it is. My fault for bringing over here. I've always said that if you're going to go foreign, stay foreign. But yet and still, the overwhelming majority of the plantation brothers, nah, they won't do that. Why? Because they know that the passport brothers are really speaking the truth and have decided, you know what? I'm going to abandon this utter and total toxic ass pool. There are many other pools that I can go fish in. Guess what? I'm going over there. So yeah, the idea of shaming a man for making a decision that's more beneficial to him, nah, that is just more psychological warfare. And I want you guys to understand this. Who are these plantation bros and these women truly targeting? It's not the men that have already made the choice. It's not the men that have already left. Oh, no, 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 no. See, trying to shame them is pointless. It's the men who are still on the plantation. It's the men who are still plugged into the matrix. It's the men who are still in the friend zones. Yeah, those men are the men that they're really talking about. They're trying to shame them out of making the decision to get their passport. Why? We all know this. Resources, resources, resources. Now, something else that has come to mind. When you look at a lot of the older, specifically black men who are plantation bros, there's one question you need to ask. Do those men have daughters? Yeah. Think about it. You got some old black dude who's against the passport brothers. If he has a daughter, guess what? The potential for her to actually snag a pet wallet drastically decreases. Yeah. Bet a lot of you guys didn't think about that, but it's true. Of course, you have pastors out here who are denouncing the passport brothers. Why? Because they need the women in their congregation to get attached to some single man. Oh, no, 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 no. You need to be a stepfather. You need to marry these single mothers. Yeah, no. See, this is why the vast majority of shaming is aimed at black passport brothers. Because how dare you not go with the program? How dare you escape? How dare you say you deserve better as an American black man? No, you're supposed to stay here. You're supposed to accept these absolutely horrible women, and you're supposed to do it and shut up about it. That was the old way. When American black men couldn't travel like that, yeah. Why do you think the overwhelming majority of black women, of American black women, have horrible attitudes and are obese? Because for the longest time, the American black men couldn't leave. However, now that everything has gone global, the American black woman finally has to do something that she's never had to do before. That's right, compete. Yeah. However, now everything is open. More and more black men are starting to experience new things. And guess what? Those experiences, just like psych hacks experienced, are taking these men into new directions. And they can't handle it. Hell, you still have women talking about Kevin Samuels, and he's been gone for, we all know, for a long time. Talk about living rent-free in somebody's head. That's exactly what the Passport brothers are doing. They're living rent-free in these Western women's heads, and they can't handle it. I find it hilarious. One thing that these women love to say is, well, you know, if you want to do this, then do it, but that don't mean you have to talk bad about us black women, even though black women have spent the last 50 plus years kicking all sorts of dirt on black men. And black men, for the longest time, we took it. However, the environment has changed. We don't have to take it anymore. And now that we don't have to take it anymore and we can exercise more options, oh yeah, they can't handle it. Hey, it is what it is. Well, I've rambled on long enough. Let me know what you guys think when it comes to street level pay for play, when it comes to Passport brothers, and how more and more men are saying, you know what, even though street pay for play is decriminalized, not fully legal, I'm still going to go overseas because what I truly want is an actual relationship with a quality woman. I can't find that here in America. So yeah, ladies here in America, you need to understand this and understand this crystally damn clear. The power you thought you had is going out. Feminism and the idea that men were going to accept you no matter what, that's going out right along with it. Once again, we can put this to the test. Since so many of you detractors want to talk about it's all about getting booty, booty's available. But guess what? More and more men are still hopping on flights. So that right there actually kills that attempt at shaming them. It is what it is. That's all I got to say for this one. R.P.M. I am